Hey everyone, Froe here for another vanilla-ish Let's Play episode. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. We're walking over to our statue path, which is where we built a handful of statues in honor of you guys, the commenters. So just take a look at them again quickly. I think they turned out pretty awesome overall. And we dedicated every statue to one of you. So for example, this is Marcelesco's statue, which also that is our waystone for the world, so all of our compasses point to there. And here's another example. This is Vicula Bence's. So I really liked this idea. I thought it was a great way to interact with all of you as an audience, and I really appreciated all the kind words you guys were giving me in the video, so I wanted to kind of give back in my own way. And with that said, we're kind of coming up with a milestone episode here in episode 50. So I wanted to dedicate another build to a random commenter like we've been doing. And this build is going to be this sword here, which was a design that I kind of came up with last night just for fun, just to see if I could do it. And I think it turned out awesome. So it's like a sword, kind of Excalibur type of thing in some stone. Right, and this stone is like different than the stone around us, so it's unique and stronger or something. I don't know. But I want to dedicate this sword to you guys. So anyone who leaves a comment this episode or next episode, 48 or 49, gets a chance to win this in episode 50, which is going to be our world tour episode. So I'm excited for that. Let me know what you guys think overall. Let's get started with taking care of some redstone. So as you know, we've been doing a lot of caving recently, trying out our new data packs. Like at last episode, we got that better armor data pack, and so we did about a couple hours of caving there. Which we're actually going to explore the better armor data pack a little bit more this episode later on. But first, we're going to kind of handle our redstone supply issue, because we've been using up a lot of redstone components. Now it's time to resupply. So here's our redstone box, and what I'm doing right now is just going through and crafting one stack of every item inside of it, just so that we have a portable supply of redstone components wherever we go. And I know it's a little bit boring to show, but this is a Let's Play, so we need to be able to kind of show every little part of it. Plus, this is a pretty good tip overall, because inside of this redstone box, I think, is basically every redstone component I use on a regular basis. So it's good to kind of have laying around. Plus, I get to show off how rich we're kind of becoming here a little bit. Because look at this, we're going to craft a whole stack of hoppers, and it's not even going to dent our iron supply, which is kind of nice. Speaking of that, though, we don't have any iron farms in our world, right? We get everything from caving. What are your guys' thoughts on iron farms? Or rather, item farms in general? In Minecraft, you can usually go around the world and collect stuff, or you can farm it. What do you normally do? Oh, it's been a while since the Watering Trader has stopped by, and he's got a couple cool trades for us. So we got soul sand and a barrel now, so that's going to be awesome. We're just going to use some of that to decorate our new addition to our bedroom down below, which I know I've been spending a lot of time on showing with you guys. Well, I gotta fix my field of view here, but we're almost done with the project. Let's take a look at the last little bit of progress. So I kind of polished up this side of the room, went with white terracotta and then light gray terracotta for the wall. There's that barrel, the new one we got. And just a simple little light. Nothing super complex. Right? We don't really come down here that often. Plus, I'm not really sure about this build style. I don't know how it's going. But feedback would be nice. And then I also got this part of the room done. You guys were telling me to make it like a workshop. Kind of like dirty floors and work on my armor stands or armor and tools and stuff like that. So that's kind of what we went for. Got a little bit of a smithy with our taciturn sword inside of there because it's got an orange texture. So it looks like it's warming up. And then we got fires down below creating that smoke effect. We got some invisible item frames with iron in it, which we're actually going to rotate like that, I guess. And then this is like a gate for the forge. In theory, you're supposed to be able to like close it, I guess. We got another little mini mob head. That's a mini furnace this time. And just a random tool. And we're supposed to fill this up with water. I just haven't done that yet. Speaking of, though, we got plenty on our inventory. I also have another one over here. This is supposed to be another just little workshop area. Looks like I forgot to turn this item frame invisible, though. I'll do that off camera. And this stone right here, the basalt, is supposed to be like a stronger stone. It's the same stone that the sword that we talked about in the beginning of the episode is in. So that's why we have it for like our workstation, so we can like hammer things on here or do whatever and it won't break. And I don't know about this room. You guys, I don't know. I felt very out of my element decorating and creating this room, so please be kind, but I really do appreciate feedback, whether positive or negative. Let me know. I'd really like to hear it. We got some drawers here. I used some invisible item frames with a button to make it look like you can kind of open it up, I guess. I don't know. And then like a little weapon rack. You got to use your imagination a little bit with these types of builds. And over here we got armor that's hanging on a hook. But let me know. I can adjust where the armor is. It's on an invisible item stand right now. I moved it downward a little bit and then to like out from the wall. I don't know if I like it though. It seems like it sticks out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the bedroom overall. Got just some dressers or whatever, right? Because this is like our closet space. This is a big closet. And then we got our workroom. But yeah, let's move on to something else. We have, about 1,000 entities over here. Just quite a lot. And if I press Shift F3 like that, we have our ticks being displayed. And I want you to notice right here, we got that number 60. It's going down now, milliseconds per an average. If we fly over to here, it's going to start rising. And that's because the number of entities we have starts to become too much for our world. And I really noticed this after we decorated the bedroom. So I have a feeling that's part of it. Not a big deal though, because we're going to take care of a lot of our mushroom horde right now. All right, so remember we got that data pack that adds in genetics to our mobs. So these are, oh, you got fireproof. You belong over there then. So these are all of our unique mutations. So we got heavy. These are people that don't have knockback, I don't think. Yep, no knockback. These are featherweight. They kind of act like chickens, then they fall really slowly. Over here we got fireproof, so you can light them on fire, they don't die. And here we got thorny, which if we punch them then they do damage to us. So we're not going to take care of these guys, we're going to keep them alive. But over here, we've been slowly building up like our horde that has, better and improved stats. So we're going to go through and prune it a little bit, or take care of the weak link, so to speak. So let's just take a look at what our averages are. So this guy had a skin thickness of 1. It's not good. What we're looking for is bulk 4 to be the top stat. So right away, this guy over here, someone has bulk 1. That's not good. We're going to have to take care of them. Bulk 2 is pretty bad as well. But growth 5, it's pretty good, but we don't grow our horde very often. So I think I'm going to take care of this guy. But the other thing we can do is take care of the wild horde out here. Like these are cows that aren't kept at all. So we can just, take care of them. And it'll really reduce the number of entities we have in the world. Even over here, right, our main base is like right there. So these cows are probably loaded in on the periphery just a little bit. Alright, so a couple of things. I'm getting these weird structure voids when I kill my animals every once in a while. And I think that's because the better armor data pack changes the way mobs drop loot overall. And the genetics data pack probably, I think it equips these structure voids to the animals to give them the genetics or something like that. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's a side effect of 2 data packs kind of conflicting. It's not a big deal though. They don't do anything. They're harmless. And if anything, they're kind of just like a little extra artifact, I guess. But the other thing I wanted to show you is back behind our barn, we got this old build, which I'm trying to get to, but this guy's kind of knocking me out of the way. We got this build over here with a bunch of animals behind it. We're going to release them. And I built this build a long time ago. We called this our snack machine. And it was this underground rail cart that went all the way back to our base, where our current item dispensing system is. Oh my goodness, look at all these hoppers. And what it was we filled it up with mushroom stew over here, and a minecart would automatically bring them to our base, and then you know, we had a little snack machine. So it was a cool idea. It's just we don't ever use this anymore. So, and that's a lot of hoppers, so I might as well reclaim them. Especially since we just crafted a whole stack of these this episode. Might as well have a little bit more. Plus, they cause a little bit of lag too, and we're kind of lag busting at the moment. Alright, so I got done clearing up our horde and doing a little bit of other lag busting. Let's see the effect now. If you press Shift, Alt, and F3 all at the same time, then this debug menu, or like this kind of like, I don't know what they call it, Legometer, shows up. And the number we're looking for is this 50 milliseconds average, as well as this red graph. And this pie chart as well. These are kind of like the three pieces of information that tell us the overall performance of our Minecraft world. And right now we're standing kind of next to our red tower, which has a ton of item decorations in it and entities that kind of lag the game a little bit, as well as banners and mob heads and stuff. Those also kind of impact performance in a negative way. And I want you to just kind of watch the number and the graph as we get closer to our main base over here. See how it's kind of spiking up. It's getting a little bit bigger. And the number here is rising, which means that the rate at which our game is processing is slowing down. So it's lagging our game. And it looks like it's worst off right about here. Right now it's slowly rising up to like 70 almost. And it's capping out at right around 70 at the moment, which is still a little bit laggy. I'm sure that we're losing a little bit of performance, but it was up to 120 before, so we've definitely made a lot of gains in that regard. And it decreases really fast the further away we go from kind of that hot spot. So what that means then is that we need to start building a little bit further away from this central spot, which is a big reason why I built that sword, you know, quite a distance away over there, so that we can start expanding over there and still have some cool landmarks to check out. So we're down in our mob farm now, and we're going to move on from lag busting, but it is really important that we do that every once in a while, because we do want this world to kind of last for the long term here. Oh, what's that? The Abyss Watcher? Yeah, we have to be careful with this. As you can see, we already had one explosion from a creeper. Somehow they survived and blew up our glass. And we also have to be careful of the mob spawns, or the legendary mobs there. But right now what I'm doing is I'm farming up some of that legendary loot that we get from that data pack that we installed last episode. Which, as you recall, makes it so that mobs just spawn with, you know, better enchanted armor. So here's an example. It's got protection, projectile protection, and blast protection. So it can get multiple different types of protection. And then also mending 3 and... what is that? Blast protection 8. And my goal right now is just to get a pretty good stockpile of this stuff kind of built up. And then I want to do some experiments with it. Oh, broke the wrong block. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. He got out. If he hits us, then that's game over. We don't have our totem. Okay, let's see if we can take him down. Let's take these guys down. Where did he go? He's up there? You're not going for my villager up there, are you? Oh my goodness, so strong. Okay, we got our totem, so we should be a little bit safer, but I should have grabbed better armor. Okay, we got him. Let's go close that gap quick. Oh, there's a creeper. I think. Is that a creeper I saw? Oh gosh, see these skeletons get... oh yeah, that's a creeper. Okay. Crazy strong with their axes. See, look at that. Very strong. We don't want them to hit us again. It's like a little rave party. I'm not certain, but I think this data pack gives creepers armor too, because I've been getting a lot of them surviving this fall, and there's no reason why they should. I just realized there's a lot of spiders up there kind of clogging up our system. That's not good either. Gotta fix that at some point. Got kamikazed. Also, I broke our water elevator a little bit ago, so let's try to fix this quick. So the Better Armor data pack does have a couple bugs with it, but overall I would give it a rating of 4 out of 5 golden apples. It's a great compliment to our already existing data packs, although it probably is a little overpowered because of how easy it is to farm the items. I still really like it. What's your favorite data pack that we've been trying out lately? All right, we got quite a big haul of this armor. Now the next step is to sort through some of the best stuff. And I want to test out how much EXP we get if we throw some of this on the grindstone. And I also want to test out how easy it is to like combine the enchantments and stuff. And the other thing I wanted to show you is we got another legendary totem of undying from killing some of the boss mobs. So that's a pretty cool thing. We've only had one before this whole series, so it's cool to get a second one. I've sorted through most of our gear and I've separated the ones that have curses on them. And this one has a pretty high enchantment, Unbreaking 8 and Mending 7. So let's see how much EXP we get from just this one disenchant. Looks like quite a lot. Yeah, quite a lot. I mean, enough to get us like a, what was that? Probably like a fifth of a level at level 52. That's actually really good. These boots we're going to put on have Frostwalker 9. Oh, that's awesome. Look at how big that radius is. Woohoo! So this is the rate that your oxygen depletes when you have just respiration 3. And this is respiration 7. It definitely feels like you can stay longer with respiration 7 over 3. Oh, got pufferfished. All right, let's see how long one air bubble lasts. While we're waiting, thank you for supporting me along the way here. You guys have been really awesome in contributing to the Let's Play, leaving comments and likes and stuff like that. That's great feedback. You guys have been really kind. I really appreciate that. Damn, that was a long time. And we're still not drowning because it's going to take a little bit more because we have like an invisible air bubble still. And there it is. So yeah, whoa, that's an interesting view. We definitely get the ability to stay underwater longer with this enchantment, with Respiration 7. And trying to combine enchantments is kind of weird. So here we got a variety of enchantments. And here we have a couple other ones. And let's look at the final product would be. So Thorns 5 sticks around from the original one, but the Mending 5 disappears, as well as the Projectile Protection and the Fire Protection. So it looks like whatever item we're adding to the one on the left, its enchantments that are like extra get kind of removed. Because now if we reverse them, my hypothesis is that we'll have Mending 5. Yeah. And then Thorns 3. So it looks like whatever item or whatever enchantments you want to keep that are special, like in this case, Mending 5, then you need to put that in the left slot. And then the right one can be anything, but you'll lose the unique enchantments. And here's another example where combining enchantments doesn't really work. Here we got Projectile Protection 5, an Unbreaking 9, and what would that be, 4, depending on which one it chooses. And then here we got Projectile Protection 3 and Protection 8. And the finished product is Unbreaking 9. So it kept the highest enchantment there, which is interesting. I would have thought that it picked the Unbreaking 4 or reduced it to Unbreaking 3. And then it also, yeah, so it reduced the projectile protection from 5 to 4. But it kept the unbreaking. That's kind of strange. And we lost the protection 8. But if we reverse them, then you get the projectile protection and unbreaking. So you can combine the enchantments if the one on the left already has both of them on there, I believe. Is that kind of how that's working? I don't know. That's going to be kind of tough to mess with. I don't think you'll be able to combine your enchantments too well. I think you're going to have to just rely on getting really good drops. Which, you know what? That's actually kind of a good thing. That balances the stat pack out a whole lot. Because instead of being able to get a couple drops and combining them to get super good gear, you have to get kind of just lucky. Which is very similar to this stat pack then as well. Which is awesome. Because they're mutually exclusive. So now we have like two top level gears overall. With that said, let's go ahead and move on to our Catacombs project. It's been a little bit since we worked on this. Okay, so I've been rewatching this episode and it's kind of a weird one. So I apologize for that, guys. I hope you guys have stuck it through until now, because we're almost done. We're going to try to lay 2 items to rest this episode. I already have one kind of almost done. We built this a little bit ago, and it's basically a finished chamber. I just threw in this wall, and we're going to throw in a couple flowers too. And then this was from death number 33. And this is all I have recorded on it, just death number 33. I don't remember how we died at all. And I also don't remember when we died. So we're just going to write this in as death number 33. Unknown death? Question mark? Laid to rest. Episode 48. Cool. So we got one item laid to rest already. Let's go ahead and make the armor stand invisible, maybe? There. And maybe lower the pants too. Oh, that's too low. Make sure you hit apply gravity no first in the future. There we go. Maybe a little bit higher. It's kind of floating now. Lower it by 1. There we go. Now it looks like it's resting on the ground, right? Okay, cool. So we got one item laid to rest. There's another one I want to lay to rest though, and it's gonna go right here. So let's start clearing off a space together. This chamber doesn't need to be super big, and I'm gonna try to make it out of black stone and black glazed terracotta as well, with like crimson stuff. I've never really built with these materials before. It's gonna be a struggle. But I'm thinking, we're gonna use the polished basalt for pillars. So maybe we'll make it like this. 3 by 2. So we'll have a pillar like this. That's 3 blocks wide, and then we'll have them every 2 blocks. And maybe have 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 more. Uh-oh. So that's the problem that we're going to run into a lot, is we don't have enough space. Maybe we'll just do 3 then. And maybe something like this for the ceiling. Just pretty simple, but it adds a little bit more detail overall. And then back here, we're going to try to put in the terracotta somehow, but I need to grab my wrench so that I can rotate them a little bit easier. All right, this is what I kind of come up with. We got the stripped warped wood on the bottom with some basalt bordering, and then we got like these shelvings that we can put things on if we really wanted to. And we got 2 designs we kind of are going to work with. By the way, we got a data pack that allows us to rotate these, something that I actually think should be a vanilla feature because these are a pain in the butt. So one design is having like a cross like this, or like an X with, I don't know, circle design or something like that. And this is the other one, a big old circle. Which one do you think we should keep down here? Or should we have both of them incorporated? We'd have like the X first and then the circle. So then this one would be circle. That's one idea. Again, I'm trying terracotta or glazed terracotta. I've never really used it that much before. Though, and when it comes to Minecraft, practice makes perfect. I like that. That doesn't look terrible with the basalt up there. I always have to remember that when I'm building this, we're going to come down here so few times that, little details don't have to be absolutely perfect. Some stuff we can cut corners on just a bit. And what could we put back here? Maybe quartz? Might look good. Or is that going to stick out too much? No, that doesn't really stick out, actually. It kind of pulls your focus right to the middle of the room. And here's the finished product. So we got a little crimson door there. It's a little dark in here, actually. Which is what we intend, but I'm going to carry a torch just so that it's a little bit brighter for you guys to be able to see it. See all the fine details. Again, let me know which terracotta pattern to choose. And here is Legendary Totem of Undying, is death number 34. And we died from a legendary Enderman. And so later rest, episode 48. Oop. And I'm pretty happy with how the room turned out. We tried terracotta in a different way this time, right? Like last time we tried to do it in a big bold pattern. This time it's just a little bit of a detail. And I think I need to practice both of them because this, yeah, it's okay. It fits the theme. It's a nice detail, but it's obvious that I don't use it a lot. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are really kind. Have a great day. Eat lots of good food. I am having donuts tonight. Yeah, donuts. So enjoy. See ya.